Welcome back to another episode of Streetpreneur Podcast, the podcast for innovative entrepreneurs. We're back today. I have another great show for you today, and I want you all to hit that like, share, subscribe button. And of course, I'm back as usual. I'm Melvin McNeil, and I'm your host of Streetpreneur Podcast. And my special guest today is Mr. Rich Jones. I want to welcome him to Streetpreneur Podcast. He's also the CEO of the Georgia area franchise developer for Hammer Nails men's spa chain here in the United States, as well as here in Atlanta, Georgia area. Hammer Nails has received the Satisfaction Award in 2024 and 2025 by Franchise Business Review. Welcome to Streetpreneur Podcast again.
All right, hello. One thing I want to clear, right, is I am not the CEO. I'm the franchise developer. So, yes, I do own the territory of Georgia, but our CEO is Aaron Myers.
I'm glad you straightened
so
that up.
I don't want to take that away from you.
I don't want to take that away. Just tell us a little bit about your background and where you're from, and we're just going to start from there, and we're going to...
Okay, yeah. I'm a proud Buckeye. I went to the Ohio State University.
Oh, okay.
I spent 21 years in the military and the Army. Kind of finished that up. Got a couple of degrees from there. Really good stint. I ended as an inspector general there, and I kind of worked on my business acumen while I was still serving, and started a media company originally, and then eventually sold that and went into corporate America for about 4 years. I did supply chain for ArcelorMittal and Merck Pharmaceuticals, and then I found myself into entrepreneurship.
Okay. How has the military prepared you for your success for where you are now? Just coming from that discipline background and that leadership background, I'm sure a lot of that structure plays a role into the man you are today and also how you operate your business.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I'll start with this, that the obvious things I could say is, discipline, right? Courage and integrity, right? The things that we know and that we attribute to service members. But I would say for me, it gave me confidence, right? To be able to know that if there's an obstacle, I can just continue to push through it, and just persevere, right? I've been to Iraq. I've been, just to all these different scenarios and scenes that aren't as bad as what I have faced here, right? I faced much worse when I was in the military, right? So this is not bad. And then when you see impoverished people around the world, it really gives you a different mentality on what poverty looks like, and and what just how hard life really is in the Americas, right? A lot of lessons learned is, especially on the entrepreneur side, is I was blessed to be able to speak with a multitude of different personalities and cultures, even within the military. So it helped me to navigate and be able to relate to a lot of different communities.
Okay. And men's grooming. We want to talk about that.
All right.
We all go for haircuts. We all go for shaves and things of that nature.
Okay.
And just kind of going back, what made you decide to get into that the men's grooming industry? How did that kind of fall in your lap a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, that is definitely a fellow
like
in
I
my
said,
lap.
most men, you see, they own a barber shop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or things of that nature as far as male grooming is concerned. Especially blue collar guys. I'm gonna say more corporate guys were probably more into getting spa treatment, more spa packages.
Yeah. Full disclaimer.
I'm not
just saying. Most of our clients, and I'll go ahead and answer the question, but most of our clients are corporate America.
Yeah.
All right. So you hit the nail on the head with the hammer, pun intended.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of our clients are corporate America, and it's funny. So I was retired, right? I'm chilling. I'm working for Merck Pharmaceutical. I'm doing fairly well for myself. Yeah. I'm running supply chain in Danville, Pennsylvania, for Merck Wisbecca diabetes medications, and I was on a fishing trip with my military partners, and one of my friends from Ohio, Nate Anderton, ended up ultimately being my business partner through this venture, and he just calls me up like, "Hey, Rich, I got this thing." So I'm like, well, what do you talk about? I'm from Columbus, Ohio, which, we're not as big as Atlanta, but kind of the same flavor. So he purchased 3 licenses there, and he's like, hey, forget these licenses, let's buy a territory. So I didn't know anything about it. I'm on a fishing trip. My buddies get mad at me because I just scheduled a meeting with Aaron Myers, our CEO. And so he goes through the whole spiel and the whole sales thing. And I thought to myself, hesitant, right? We're all hesitant. This is, they asking for a lot of money, right?
Let me look into it.
Yeah, let me look into it.
Check this out.
And I had and I tell a lot of young people, I tell anybody this, right? Is that right? I'm just talking about me. I always complain and say, hey, when the opportunities present themselves, I'm too scary to push the button. Right, I won't just take the risk. Right, the risk is just it's too much for me to bear, and I'm scary acting. And I said, don't be scary acting. And so I had to look at myself and said, don't be scary acting. Go for it. And I didn't look back. I went for it.
Okay. And what year was that?
That was 01.
01.
Right after COVID.
Right. So you all met. Was it a group of investors, or how did that plan out?
Nate and I.
Just you and Nate at that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Tell everybody who Nate is.
So Nate Anderton, he's my business partner and friend from Columbus, Ohio. So him and I, he retired from the military as well. So we actually our company is called, you can look us up, is 214 Investment Group. So 214 is it's a document that you get after retirement. And so that's why we named it. So both of us retired from the Army, and so we just came together, put our resources together, and purchased the territory. And
when you say territory, because you think of just one individual person, maybe going in, just talking to the franchise company about owning one particular franchise, just kind of tell us the difference between just owning a single franchise, single unit versus a territory.
Yeah,
for
and
those that don't know,
I got you. There's a couple of different franchise models, and I'm in a couple of different franchises, that actually do a couple of different models. But I'll speak specifically on the Hammer Nails model, right? And I think we talked earlier where I broke it down, where the easiest way to kind of explain it is you have your grandparents, your parents, and then your kids, right? And so the grandparents is that corporate level. They started it. They're in a location, but they can't be everywhere at once, right? And so their strategy is, okay, well, I can't be they're in California, right? So they can't be in Georgia, right? And so they can't be in New York, they can't be in Pennsylvania. So they sell the territories. So the parents buy the territories off of the grandparents, which would be corporate. And so the parents are franchise developers. Some people call them area developers. And that's kind of where I'm at my level. And then my job, now I'm in the state, I own the territory of Georgia, and I sell the licenses. And then what I do is I sell the license to the kids, which would be the franchisee. Right. And so then I take the kids, we hold hands together, right? We're a family. And so then what we do is we grow their establishment. We grow that individual unit, and they might buy 2 or 3, but our job together is for me to lead them into from that initial conversation to grand opening, and then maintain profitability. And I was an inspector general, so we always say inspect what you expect. So then it's my job to come on maybe a semi-annual basis to ensure, and I'm looking at analytics and data, and where I'm just comparing, and then we're looking at best practices and helping them out and make sure that they maintain profitability. Okay. And the so what is you pay royalties. Yeah.
So kind of walk us through the process. I contact you.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I have my investment. I have my money together. Just kind of walk me through the steps of me purchasing a Hammer Nails franchise.
Okay.
What's the process? What's that process like from that first initial call that you get to someone that's interested?
So it was funny. Before I came in here, I had this initial call.
I see you called right.
Yeah. So the initial call. So you're a warm lead, right? You're going to come in already knowing that you like this brand. It's a luxury brand. Everything about it is sexy. It's luxury, right? It's upscale, really nice. Right. So you call me, or I call you, and we schedule that meeting. Okay. And so then we do a discovery call, right? The discovery call consists of me saying, hey, listen, when I'm talking specific Hammer and Nails, I don't know every franchise's prices. Yeah. So I'm going to say, hey, listen, our franchise fee for you to open up a Hammer and Nails is $50K. Right? And so then I'm going to say, hey, we have minimum requirements that you have to meet. I mean, this is indicative across all franchises, right? Those minimum requirements. For us, it's you need $250 in cash, and you need $750 in assets, right? And people are like, oh, that's a heavy lift. But what I also tell them, right? Some people have it, some people don't. But there's so many different mechanisms in order for you to be able to meet that. So I always say, don't disqualify yourself. I don't care if you go into a Chick-fil-A, a Donato's Pizza, a Raising Cane's, whatever franchise you're looking at, let us disqualify you. Don't disqualify yourself, because we've been doing this.
You know how to structure the deal.
Right. Yeah, we got 52 in the nation right now, right? Okay. So we know how to do it, and we partner with a lot of finance companies that can help you out and help you get to that. Now, you're going to need money, but there's ways. And just an example, you can use Rob's, right? So let's say you got $500,000 in your retirement plan. Right now, we're talking tax free to pull that 250 out. So now you have the cash, and then you could use that, because if you go SBA, you're going to need a 20% injection, and so you can borrow off of your 401k, still use SBA. So there's just a whole bunch of different strategies you can do to make that happen.
Now, you just briefly went over some numbers. Just kind of tell us the overall basic startup.
All right, we're gonna. So I'll continue to go down the path, right? Okay. So boom, those are the requirements that you need to be able to purchase a Hammer Nails. And and so I also tell you, and this is just during our discovery meeting. So this is just our first meeting. We still on discovery, right? Okay. So I'm telling you that it is going to take those minimums. It's going to cost about, I think right now our item 7 says that we just updated it not too long ago. So the last time I checked, it was $750,000 to $900,000. To get you with some about 3 months operating expenses to get you to grand opening. That's how much it's going to cost you, right? Now, I will tell you that is an average. That's why the window's so big, because we're looking at from states of Ohio all the way to California, right? So there's a big gap there. Okay. Y'all could do the math, right? We're probably somewhere in between there, maybe a little bit less here in Georgia. Okay. And so I tell you that, and then I'm going to give you some great numbers, right? Because we're doing well. Like you said, we're one of the top growing franchises in America right now. Right. And so our top 25% is grossing about 1.6 million annually, right? And then I think our average, and I haven't looked at this, so this might not be up to date, but they're still wonderful numbers. Yeah. And I think like our average is like maybe $1 million, maybe a little bit less, and then our lower performing is, I don't know, maybe 800. So somewhere, and those numbers will be listed on the FDD, the financial disclosure document. So if you want specific numbers, or if somebody called me, I could give them those specific numbers. But off the top of my head, it's a roundabout. So now, boom, I tell you that, and you're just like, oh yeah, I can handle that lift. I won't disqualify myself. And so then we go into a FDD review, where now we're going over those numbers specifically, and so I have to disclose you and whoever, like if you have business partners, where that's saying, hey, I have given you all of our financial documents, you know who we are, you know who owns what territories, and everybody, all the players in this game, and then from there we do a pro forma, which is a 3-year look ahead for profitability with very conservative numbers. So we're going to, on this complex spreadsheet, we're going to plug numbers in, and we're not going to do it for you, because that would be a promise, but we're going to show you how to fill it out and kind of guide you and lead you through it.
The numbers.
Yeah, yep. And so you're going to look at what you need to do to be profitable, and how soon you're going to be profitable, and what you're actually going to make over the next 3 years. So it's a good exercise. From there, there's a couple of things. We do like validation calls, where you go and you talk to some current franchisees that have been doing it without me, right? You talking to them, they may hate us, but they don't.
But they're giving their
they're giving, and then I'm going to prep you with some questions, so you can start thinking about and formulate. You already got questions, but to help you start thinking and formulate some questions, you're going to call them, and then you're going to know by that time if you're going to do this or not. And so then we start. We go to the franchise agreement. You give it to your franchise lawyer, which we kind of recommend, just so you know everything's on the up and up. And then you pay the $50,000, and that's day one. Now I will say that $50,000. Is part of that 20% injection if you go through the SBA, but it's also part of that item 7 that I was talking about, where it's that $750,000 to $900,000 that is included in that price.
So the $50,000 is basically the franchise fee.
That is a franchise fee in order to the DBA as Hammer Nails.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So after that process, we get that's the first step.
Yep.
That's the beginning. So locations.
Yep.
Do you help them decide which location or what's more profitable
Yeah.
Which district? Just, you know.
Yeah, no,
I noticed on the website you had a lot of locations in the California area.
We do Florida, California, and right now we're scheduled to do 15 in the state of Georgia.
Okay.
Right now we have our Midtown location, which we hit 2-year mark in May, and so Marietta be opening next month, mid-month, and then Chamblee will be opening about September, October, as well as Sewanee. And then after that, next year, probably Q2 would be Alpharetta, and then Roswell after that. And we're negotiating Savannah right now.
Is it a certain amount of
15 right now?
15 per?
No, 15 for the state is what's allocated, but there's room for more.
Okay.
We're just starting with 15.
Okay. And what number you on now?
Well,
I mean, after these build outs, it's gonna be a six or seven.
Yeah. After, so I say by June we'll be at 6 or 7.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a heavy lift, and I'll tell you, it's those franchisees, right? We're a family. So if you sign up with me in the state of Georgia, and it's probably indicative with most ARs, my peers around the country, but we're a family, and we want to dominate. And everybody they're champions. You don't have to be right. You don't have to be this pump your chest or anything like that, right? We all have strengths and we all use them, and we
support.
Yeah, we're just great, man.
Have a support base there to help.
So it ain't just me. I'm just a small portion, right? I'm just the guy that like, all right, hold on, all right. I'm just navigating this. That's all.
Okay. And as far as, just tell us a little bit about what type of services does you offer.
Yeah, so in Hammer Nails Enterprise,
expect to walk in. What do they expect?
Okay, well, our concierge staff is going to greet you first,
all right.
And they're going to say, "Hey, thank you for stopping in." They already have you going. They're going to if you're a first time guest, you'll get a walkthrough, so you'll know everything that that we have to offer, and we'll give you a complimentary drink. I'm a Scotch guy, by the way, if anybody wants to know. Right. So we have alcohols, and so we do manicures, pedicures, beard grooming, shaves, facials. We have combinations where you do like sugar and honey scrubs, right? And so it's when I say luxury, but it's pretty cool, yeah. And so like one thing that we do when we do barbering or even head shaves is we wash every time. You're gonna get a wash, right? We can't stand hair getting on you after you leave, right? And we're messing with business professionals, and right. So I might stop after an appointment. Then I got to go to my next appointment, but I need a haircut right quick. So we're gonna wash you up, make sure you're good, and that's on that side of the house. And so our hand and foot room is on the another side, right? And it's
I didn't know you did the pedicure.
Oh yeah. You go in there, man. We got the
pedicure.
And if I tell you our vibe, we're a speakeasy kind of vibe, right? Okay. So if big leather chairs, we're a male nirvana, right? Just a super dope man cave. Right. And right, you getting your manicures and pedicures. We got your Bose headphones with your own personalized TV. You get the remote. You just zone out, or you can talk to your artist. Me, I want to zone out, right? Leave my troubles at the door, and just now. So we're giving that experience.
Just relax.
Yeah, we're giving that relaxing experience because outside ain't relaxing. Right. But when you come up in here, we're gonna make sure you're probably gonna fall asleep.
Yeah, you're gonna escape.
That's what we aim to give when you come here. And so you're gonna be walked to each station. So if you get a shave,
then you'll head over to
then that artist is gonna walk you over to hand and foot. Right, you're not gonna think. Right, we don't want you to think. We want to think for you, man. And really take care of you. So, and a good thing about our franchise is we're the only ones in this white space. We have no direct competitors, because you mentioned one of. I think we talked earlier, and you mentioned one of our indirect competitors. I won't say their name on this podcast, but they're speakeasy as well. Nice establishment. So I'm not knocking them, but they only do the barbering part of the house. Okay. So we're all inclusive. So yeah, we're pretty cool.
All right,
we're pretty cool.
Let's touch on price points.
Okay, for the services?
Yes, for grooming.
Okay.
Services.
And then you talked about profitability, so I'll kind of mesh them together.
Yeah.
So is going to be determined by your area. So Midtown, their disposable income is a little bit higher than right. So I don't really want to give exact numbers because it might differ from if you go our Marietta shop doesn't have the same price point as our Midtown shop. Right. However, and you can go on our website and our numbers are plastered.
I was thinking it's one set
price
for each franchise. You know.
Yeah, and
I know for some services it probably is, but
we have 6 pricing tiers.
I got you.
And then so people are like, well, how can you do that? Well,
yeah. That's what I was saying.
Marietta's rent is going to be
higher than.
No, it's going to be less.
Less than.
Right, so they don't have to make as much. Their price point doesn't have to be as high as Midtown. I got you. Midtown's rent is going to be more, which it is.
I got you.
And so that's kind of that delicate dance. And we talked about how do you pick territories. I do assist. And I help you pick the territories. We have mapping data that tells us where our customers and clients are. We use data analytics and
it kind of breaks down the demographics and income levels and
and so we know all of that going in, and we do pre-sales marketing. So when you open your door, our goal is to have 200 members. Day one.
Grand opening.
We've had success with it, but you're going to have 200 members. So that is part of picking that location. Site location is very important. Yeah. It's going to take us about 3 months to even get a lease signed.
That's what I was going to say. How long it takes to scout that location.
That's going to take a while.
Okay. And so with that process, you individual negotiation with each landlord or owner of that particular.
So the beauty about franchises is that we have a Rolodex. I know that's an old school term, but we have we have a Rolodex. Or I personally have a Rolodex of contractors of how do we get these permitting through of GCs of HVAC people, right? So of also commercial property. All right. So I have all these people and we work together. Okay. So if let's say you live out by Marietta, right? You're probably going to want to shop out there. But you might not. You might not care, right? If I tell you, hey, the profitability is better here, then you might go here. It's kind of up to you. And you might have an idea where you want to go, and I'm just going to make sure that we back that up with data, and that has to also be approved at the corporate level. So it comes to me first for approval, then corporate level. We're going to make sure it's a profitable site location.
Let's kind of get into hiring employees and staff. What do you all look for when you're hiring? Or do you have another department that handles that for each individual franchise, or do the owner advertise?
Right. So
how does that work?
That is an owner's responsibility. Okay. However, we help with everything. I mean, that's why you get into a franchise. In Georgia, what we've done is we have outsourced hiring. Okay. And it's been good. It comes with an additional cost. You don't have to do that. We do have, if you want to go to Indeed, LinkedIn, to beauty schools, right? You can go that route as well. Social media marketing. So you have a social media spin, and you can kind of put that under that umbrella. Okay. So one thing we are sticklers on is who's going to do your marketing, because we have the experts in marketing that has done this 51 times and they know what they're doing. Okay. That is one thing you will.
An outside firm, or you all have your own marketing experts in house?
No, they're outside. They're outside. Yeah, we have a couple to choose from. Yeah, we have about 3 agencies to choose from. They're all wonderful within their own right. You just got to pick one. But you can get hiring put into that package with them, or you could do it yourself. It depends on your time, right? We have a semi-absentee model for owners, but you still got to show up, right? But most of our people that I know, right? I can't talk for the whole enterprise, but that I know, they still are in corporate America jobs, right? They like, well, I mean, this is cool. I want to double dip, right? So, and if their shop is still juvenile, right? So once it matures and stuff, and they look at about 6 months to a year, and you start looking to purchase your second shop, and that's where you. So
most of your advertising and marketing is online, or
the majority,
it's a combination of.
Yeah, I would say 80% is online.
I haven't heard. I don't see a lot of advertising for it.
Well, then it's probably because we're not in your area.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. Yeah, that's it. Once we get to your area, we'll market to you.
I might get to see some posts, maybe on Instagram. I see some social media posts,
and
from time to time.
Yeah, and we're growing. We're growing fast. Now we're doing now we're aggressively marketing because we got 3 shops in build out stage right now. So now we're starting at the north side of Metro Atlanta. We're really hitting it hard. So yeah, people are starting to. Yeah. We're catching the buzz right now, man.
Like,
yeah,
no, my first time hearing about it.
Yeah,
I tell people about it.
Yeah,
I think I read about you all in the Atlanta Business Chronicle.
Yep, we've been in a few. Yep, Acknowledgement, my guy Adele. Acknowledgement. So we're in a few. Cobb County.
Yeah, I saw the article in his magazine.
Okay. So we're out here. Shout out to the Atlanta Black Chamber for
Atlanta Black Chamber.
We been messed with them a few times, and we're just out here. The Hispanic Chamber. We've been making our rounds. Making our rounds to let y'all know that
you
we're
only
here.
Targeting a certain demographic anyway.
Right.
And so that's, like you said, that's more of the businessmen and like you said, more of the corporate sector anyway.
Yeah, but everybody's welcome. And really, when you look at the price point, so let's say that.
Because I didn't touch on the membership, right?
Yeah. So we're a membership based model, right? And so we got our Lux membership, which that's
top tier.
That's big baller, right? Unlimited services. Right. We get you your own bottle of whatever you want. Right? You come in, you got your bottle. They know who you are. We know all of our guests when they come in.
That's more VIP.
Yeah, no, we got a VIP. This is it's a flex. It's really nice though, man. Right. And if that's something that you're really into, right? So in Midtown, it's $650 a month. Right? Everybody's like, oh, that's a lot. Well, we look at our female counterparts that spend, every 3 weeks, we're looking at $300 to $600, right? And so it's really not. They're like, oh, that's all for unlimited. The women that I talk to are like, for unlimited? Like, how do y'all do that? And so then we have our VIP membership, which we're in Midtown. I think. And we're at 198, right? And that's a VIP. You get 3 VIP services.
That's still not bad.
Yeah, dog. Right. So, and then we have a classic membership, which you get 2 classic services. The beauty about ours, I'm a traveler, right? Yeah. And I have a home in Florida. In Fort Myers, so we got a shop in Naples where you could take your credits from Midtown and use them anywhere across the country. You can also like I can use 2 classic credits to get 1 VIP service, 2 classic service to get 1 VIP. So you can mix and match. You own it, man. Matter of fact,
in state or out of state,
whether you in or out. I tell you what, my niece and nephew came and visited me here. I took them to the Midtown shop. I'm not diligent at using my services. Okay, I'll admit I get screamed at all the time, but I use my services on them. Yeah, all 3 of us just went and had. He got, my nephew got beard shade and stuff. Just so they can see the shop too. Okay. And so you can use them, however you want to use them. And we give you 20% off of 20 to 40% off of products and additional services. So let's say that you are the class, just a classic membership, which is like $98. So I mean, heck, you paying that for 2 haircuts. What we talking about? It's really not that. I mean, all right, so maybe it's 20. So it's really not that much, and to be in the environment where you're in
the amenities that you offer.
Yeah, you're in a luxury environment. You getting a drink. It don't have to be alcohol. It could be water or soda.
That alcoholic drink alone can run you 15 to 20.
Right. And so
we're 20.
Yeah, and we're taking, and we actually care, right? And it's an individual sport when you come to our shop, right? So you're not, we're not offering counseling sessions, which is pivotal still in our community. And I get that, but in any community, right? The barber shop is a hangout spot.
Talk about
right. And so I don't think that's designated just to one culture. I think that's just the barber shop,
the environment in general.
Yeah. But and so,
how has the economy affected your business under this Trump administration?
Well, that's kind of difficult. Yeah, we only 7 months in. I'll tell you this though, and this is one thing that we preach, is that we are
number wise.
I got you. Right. We are recession and pandemic resistant.
What do you mean?
That means that we survived 2020. We was already up and going in 2020. So we're people are still going to get their haircuts.
Yeah,
They're still
going to have
right.
grooming
Grooming
yeah.
is not going away. I
It's
don't
not
care
going away.
who's in that presidency.
Right.
So yeah, it hasn't hurt. We're good.
Still good.
Yeah, COVID didn't hurt us. And I mean, of course, we wasn't knocking home runs, but we was getting the first, second base. Yeah,
business still was going.
Yeah, business was going.
It was still going.
Yeah.
Okay. What's next? Anything new developments that you're currently working on?
Me personally.
Yeah. Or the franchise in general. I know you got your build out of your new location.
Yeah. So
is there any type of new services you
Yeah.
are trying to add, or you trying to get into the women's cosmetic a little bit, or maybe the Hammer Nails cosmetic line?
I got you. So
Yeah.
I won't spill too much, right? But I'll tell you, like, if you look at some other shops around the country, they have introduced cigars, right? So we have some Hammer Nail brand cigars, and we can't sell we can't sell cigars, but it's going to, there's some regulations, some governing regulations that we'll have to get through. But we are very interested in that.
That's a great concept
in Georgia. Yeah, so that outside of that, everything else is under test.
The Hammer and Nail cognac line.
There we go.
Vodka line. That's
we have
the liquor brands.
We've got some partnerships
next.
out there that our corporate team has locked in with like the UFC, the Oakland Raiders. So for us in Georgia, we want to get into the Falcons market. We want to the Hawks. We got to if you've seen our acknowledgement spread where we talked with Hugh Jackson and his tequila brand. So just looking to expand through partnerships in the state. We're very interested in keeping the money in house. We try to stick with just Georgia contractors. Sometimes you have to go outside, but we
so they kind of goes into more brand partnerships.
Yeah.
A lot of brand partnerships,
right? And we're in health and beauty, and us
especially
as a brand,
you're in the right market though, especially in Georgia.
We think it's important. Health is important. Maintaining your feet is important, and we've neglected it as men. But I tell you, this industry has grown 6,000. I wish 600% since I think 2019. We're double digit billions right now, and it's great to see. It's great to see men taking care of themselves finally.
Finally, yeah, we do.
Yeah,
like you said, that goes back into mental health. Yeah. And like you said, getting those doctor's appointments for all those other things that you need, men need as far as prostate and everything else that we need.
And a lot of times men are scared to come
medical,
in there, right, because of the medical. They're like, oh, man, my feet are tore up. Yeah. We know that. Right. That's why you coming to us, because we're gonna get you healthy, man.
It's a no judgment.
We're gonna get you healthy, man. And I remember when I was in the military, right? We always heard, like, when you go on those 25-mile road hikes with those boots and those socks, right? You carry extra socks with you, right? Mm-hmm. Taking care of your feet is imperative. And I know, like, a lot of men are like, I can't do that because, it's all women's salon and stuff. Okay, well, now we're giving you a space. Now what's the excuse?
That's true.
A lot of ladies buy the gift cards. They come in, they hear about us, they buy gift cards for the guys in their lives, and then they book their guy an appointment. Yeah. And then he comes in, we convert him to a member because he sees that it's dope and he sees that he needs this. And because she bought it for him, we don't have to go ask permission. Right? The permission was given. Right? And so it's a good model, man. It's really great. And we take good care of our clients. Yeah, we really care.
You do. I've been reading about, like you said, for the last couple of years. I think it's back 2021 was when I was reading that first article.
Wow.
Yeah, about the franchise. I said, that's going to make it. That's a great model right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, compare. Like you said, you the first, especially African-American, to have this type of franchise model.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy because Michael Elliott, from Atlanta, the screenwriter is who started Hammer Nails. Like this was his vision, and it's just blossomed to be what it is today. Yeah, he's a pretty dope guy.
Okay. Yeah. Because I don't hear that much from him.
Yeah, he was he's out there still doing his thing. He's still doing well. Yeah.
I saw him first on episode of the Shark Tank.
Yeah.
That's when I first saw him.
That's where we started.
Yeah, from doing research. I said, that's this guy. Yeah. He was one of the percentage then. Yep. I don't know, did the deal ever take place?
It did not, but it helped.
Yeah, it was a lot of publicity.
Oh yeah,
millions of dollars.
It helped instantly. So yep.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Anything else you want to touch on? I know you closed out. Just kind of give those who are interested in starting their own franchise. Can you just give them some tips or just entrepreneur advice?
Yeah,
just,
I can.
I know we want to touch on the challenges too.
Oh yeah, no, we can, we can do both. I'll start with the challenges first.
Well, I'm just gonna say the pros and cons.
Yeah, well, I mean, the pros would be easy, right?
Yeah.
And I think I've kind of highlighted some. It's really easy to say it. You're gonna do well, right? Yeah. It's a great concept. You're gonna do well, and especially I could talk in Georgia. We're a family, and we ain't failing here. And I know my peers around the country, and they're doing well too. So even if you're not in Georgia, hey, you can always hit me up, and I'll help with any franchising questions. I'll tell you that the great thing about a franchise is that it's already determined. Right, you don't have to start it from scratch. All you have to do is follow the plan. Just follow the plan, follow the plan, follow the plan. Right. And the plan is already set out. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you go to a franchise that has just started, right, they might not have all their stuff in place.
No, they won't.
Right, but they're going to have a lot more than you start from scratch, and the price point might be a little bit cheaper. Right. Some of the negatives of a franchise is it's costly. It costs a little bit more than you would on your own, but you save time, right? And time for me, right? I refer to a Rolodex. My time is very precious because I don't know how much I have left, and I got to go quick.
And you have an organized system and a model.
Right, it's already there.
In place, already there. You just have to fit in.
If you can't follow directions, a franchise is not for you. It is not for you. Right. I just got to be very transparent on that. If you can't follow simple directions, this isn't for you. And we're not saying, hey, you can't put your own flavor on things, because you can, as long as it's in alignment with the franchise that you're going with. So we do stifle you a little bit on some of the things, but you got to look at the numbers. Why would you want to rebuild something that is already proven, methodologies and standards and processes, right? It's already in place. That's working. We're showing you the numbers that's working. You could call them and ask them. Don't reinvent the wheel. Stick with it, right? That's really about it, right? If we talk about, some of the negatives that I see is, we want to put our own chair in there and stuff like that. No, we have everything that you're going to need. We have you just got to stay the course. Right. And you mentioned hiring. It's not very difficult for us because we pay our barbers and all of our artists as a W-2 employee. So you don't pay booth rent. You're not out there trying to market your own services. We're going to market for you. You just got to be on time, cut hair, and you're going to do very well. Right. Yeah, our tips are crazy, and we pay a competitive wage.
Yeah, let's talk about the decor of the hire an interior decorator to come up with the concept for you. Who came up with that?
I can't answer that. I cannot. But the people that are leading us know what they're doing. They actually
come in after you secured the location and everything.
Yeah, after we secure it, we do a plan and design. That's taken care of, man. We're going to maximize every square foot of that location. The design is already there. We already know what's going in there. It's just right, because no building is the same, right? No. So we have a design team that works with the architect. Right. And then they design that. We get it to specs and start get some permitting done, and let's start building. Yeah.
And one last thing, tell them how they can contact you for those aspiring entrepreneurs or those already in business that want their own franchise.
So for Hammer Nails, you can check us out at www.hammernailsgrooming.com, or you can send me an email, rich@hn, that's Hotel November, grooming.com. Just hit me up there, and I will, even if it's not about hammer nails and you just have, even if you're trying to take your business to the next step to go to franchising, hit me up. If you're trying to scale your franchise, hit me up. So if anybody asks me for help, I am obligated to help them because I do have some knowledge. And I'll talk to you about Hammer Nails, and we'll go from there. So, but it'll be an honor to help whoever needs help. So, Rich, RICH, at hngrooming.com.
Okay. One more thing. Can you tell me of any success story dealing with one of your franchisees?
Ooh.
Is there any one success story that stands out in your mind? And maybe it was something they had to overcome or some obstacles that they had to get that location open.
Well, I don't have one of those. Oh, I do, but
we not mention names. I
do.
People love success stories of some obstacle they had to overcome.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
I know you got
one. I got a couple. Well, one of our shops, they had an issue with the leasing office, right, for the building, right, where they were delayed like 3 months because of them hating on them, right? So without filling in the blanks, right, they were being hated on for whatever reason, and we were already locked into the contract negotiations for the lease, and it was one thing after another, it's like y'all don't want us to get this location, and it's a prime location. Anyway, so that happened, and we had to get lawyers involved, and God love our corporate team. The corporate even got involved with their lawyers as well, and we're gonna be in this location. We've already done so much here, but if you're a franchisee, right? I'm new to this. I'm just starting out, right? It kind of rains on your parade a little bit, and so the same organization, right? Our goal is for you to open with 200 plus. Founding members when you open up that door. This particular situation, they opened with like 376. They broke a record, and they are still alive and still growing, and they persevered through that when it was looking bleak and like they had to get a new building, and we had their back, and they had their own back, right? And we didn't let that happen, and now they're doing well. And another one where I'll just say, hey, my business partner, we come from humble beginnings, right? And he just took a chance on one singular license with everything, went all in, and yeah, he was able to get 3, right? And this is a military guy. We come from the military, right? We ain't rolling the dough, but if you have a vision and you got perseverance, you stick to it, man. That's what's going to differentiate you from everybody else. Stick with it.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you coming out today, taking time out of your busy schedule to come here to Streetpreneur Podcast.
I appreciate it.
With you much success. I'm gonna come in and get some grooming done myself. And I want to thank you for taking time out. I want to thank all those aspiring entrepreneurs who watched this episode today, and you're definitely interested in getting involved in men's grooming or learning more about the franchise industry. Definitely give Mr. Rich a call, and he's going to take care of you. And stay tuned for we'll be back next week, same time, for a new episode right here on Streetpreneur Podcast. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Please leave a comment in the comment section and let us know what you thought about this interview today. Was it helpful? Did you get any great information? And thanks again for watching Streetpreneur Podcast.